You have been the
amazing.
light
You're
of the
amazing.
day. You are
truly-
such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much
We appreciate
for coming into
you.
this room today.
Something feels really off between Ariana and Cynthia because they have revealed the truth about their relationship that might be different from what we all expected. But before we begin, if you love celebrity drama, please subscribe to our channel. Caretaker behavior.
We've never been asked that question.
That's
That's a
incredible.
great question to ask.
During the months-long promotional campaign for the new movie Wicked, we have witnessed some of the most interesting relationships we've seen between two celebrities. But this time, it's Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo who have been doing countless interviews and public appearances, both of which have sparked a lot of controversy in the Hollywood industry as well. These two actresses played Glinda and Elphaba, respectively. On and off the set, they have displayed a level of closeness that goes beyond what we see from actors who are promoting a film together. Before keeping it too long, we're just going to talk about it. In interview after interview, there is an astute pattern if you notice. One actress appears to take on a supporting role, while another is more protective of her.
My favorite teddy bear. I mean, technically not a teddy bear, but my dog Toulouse.
I knew you were going to say that.
Technically, Toulouse to me
I
is
knew
a
you were
teddy
gonna say.
bear.
I was going to say Gigi, who's
Yeah.
actually she's not a teddy bear, but she's my dog. She's only 5 pounds and she's ridiculous.
But what's crazy is that they frequently hold hands during press appearances and even touch each other's faces and arms, showing us that there are a lot of emotional moments that are intense and personal. And if it were in a private setting, it wouldn't be a problem. But in public, that is where people are adding a lot of controversy. All these little moments have led to a lot of online discussions about what we are actually looking at. Could it be that the two actresses have formed a genuine friendship during production? Or is it part of their calculated marketing strategy that we often see today? Maybe it reflects something far more complex about the pressure of modern celebrity and film production. Heck, it could be deeper. To understand this, we must learn the physical language of their relationship. Being physical, this is because one of the most commented upon and discussed aspects of their press tour has been how physically closed they have been. During various interviews, the two actresses are often seen holding hands, with one frequently reaching over to adjust the other's clothing or hair. This happens even during conversations where Ariana would be having a debate with the journalist. But here's the interesting part. They've both spoken openly about getting tattoos that align when they hold hands. This is a gesture of a deeper connection beyond the physical realm. And even if we look at the interviews, you can see that either one of them is visibly emotional when discussing their experiences of making the film together. They often get into tears and embrace each other, which stops the conversation entirely. In one of the interviews, Cynthia asked about what color aura she has, and Ariana replied to her that it's purple. However, when we look closely, we can see that the way they talk is something straight out of Disney characters' lines.
I think there's also purple.
That was very good. It's so.
Oh,
No, go on.
Not purple, not the color purple.
No, I don't mind it.
Did I just say that Cynthia Erivo's aura was
No,
purple?
but I think it's quite lovely, though.
Okay.
I think that's right.
In other words, the physical and emotional expressiveness of both has divided observers. Some regard it as a beautiful example of genuine friendship and connection, while others look at it as intensely concerning, wondering if it reflects healthy boundaries or something more complex. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube already, but theater professionals and fans have suggested that this might be a part of something bigger, which is the theater culture. Here, in the theater culture, physical affection and emotional vulnerability are normalized more than in our everyday lives. And if we go closely towards musical theater, we would see that it has a tradition of intensely bound and close-knit casts who become amazingly connected to each other during the film production. But due to their crazy body transformation, fans also started thinking that something might be wrong with these actresses, even if it was part of the movie role. But why is something like this happening? For this, we need to shift our focus towards how both actresses have navigated their public images over the years. The interesting shift. First, let's talk about Ariana. Throughout her career, she has undergone many phases in how she presents herself to the world. Her career began with a very specific character on Nickelodeon. It was youthful, high-voiced, and quite innocent in presentation. But when she transitioned into music, her public persona evolved into something completely different. She became more mature while adopting different aesthetics and vocal choices in both her music and her public appearances. Much more recently, since she's been going through personal controversies and getting media attention, there has been another shift. After the recent public appearances for the movie Wicked, observers have already noted changes in her speaking voice, body language, and overall presentation, all of which seem more delicate. Now, this could be a cautious personal branding or even an authentic representation of who she is. But that's where Cynthia Erivo's role comes in. Before Cynthia, she was just in her regular music artist persona. This is where we must talk about Cynthia herself. Cynthia Erivo has maintained a consistent public presence throughout her career. Known as the master of her craft, Cynthia has always had a professional approach. To make it interesting, her role in the movie with Ariana Grande during promotion has noticeably been more protective and supportive of her, which is why most people are making a lot of assumptions while having questions for them. But the girls have already revealed something interesting that happened not long ago. We'll talk about that in a bit. And before we go further into the controversy and the truth about their relationship, make sure you are subscribed to stay updated on the entertainment industry. The weight loss. Next comes the weight loss conversation that nobody wants to have. You see, in the world where everyone wants to be politically correct, it seems like weight has become such a sensitive issue. If we even mention it or other celebrities talk about it, they are at risk of being canceled. Throughout the production and promotional period, both have appeared noticeably thinner than in previous public appearances. You see, Ariana Grande has already been a thinner person, but this role took it to a whole other level. While it could have been related to the Wicked cast, there has been a growing pattern across Hollywood over the past year or two. We have seen a trend of actresses and female entertainers appearing significantly smaller and thinner than they actually are. What's crazy is that this trend seems to be happening simultaneously across the industry, suggesting that there is systematic pressure rather than individual choice. The entertainment industry has always been complicating relationships with women's bodies and their standards, shifting from different types of bodies over decades. For a period, there seemed to be a movement accepting a wider range of body types and celebrating health on a much broader scale. However, the pendulum seems to be swinging back towards emphasis on extreme slenderness and classical Hollywood beauty. But this time it isn't normal. Rather, it's extra. It's towards the extreme. Moreover, modern film promotions require actors to essentially perform their relationship with the project and with each other for months on end. This means that they have to stay in character for a long time for the movie to come out, just like they expected. Not only do they have to sit for interviews, answer the same questions again and again, but they also deal with things like exhaustion and jet lag, or even personal circumstances. Wicked, on the other hand, is one of the most passionate built-in projects and has also had a larger financial stake than anyone has ever seen. From the actresses' every appearance to their interviews, everything is being cropped and shared across social media. This creates an interesting dynamic where emotional responses and performed emotional responses have become nearly impossible to distinguish. During a variety of interviews, fans were wondering whether the tears during the interview were an authentic expression of feelings or were just due to the extra exhaustion that they had. Honestly, the answer is probably both. Human emotions don't exist in uncomplicated form. Rather, they are straightforward. It is entirely possible for those two actresses to have genuine affection for each other, while also recognizing the display of affection that they possess. But that's where things become dark. The marketing machine. The entertainment industry is all about storytelling, and it extends far beyond what we see on the screen. Studios and the media love to create narratives around films and their stars that are designed to generate interesting, emotional interviews that would ultimately drive ticket sales. Between Cynthia and Ariana, the two lead actresses served multiple purposes. Their storytelling not only covered the film media's endless shooting scenes, but also moments that they could use to market their films. So, if the dynamic between Grande and Erivo is partly constructed for publicity, then that doesn't necessarily mean that it makes it cynical or something that is unacceptable or fake. What's unique about their relationship is the behind-the-scenes stories that are as important as filming the actual movie. Lucky for us, both girls have already revealed the truth about their relationship. The truth revealed. Social media is flooding with posts where Cynthia has said that they are in a non-demisexual semi-binary relationship. Now that's a long phrase to cover, and most people have no idea what it means. For now, fact-checkers have confirmed that neither Ariana nor Cynthia has ever used this term, but there are many posts coming on social media with the same message. If you didn't know what it means, if we put together the words non-demi-curious, semi-binary relationship, it would mean that there's a romantic and sexual partnership in which at least one person identifies as a semi-binary, meaning that they partly identify binary gender, which could be male or female. On the other hand, we also saw non-demi-curious, meaning that neither of them is questioning or exploring demisexuality, which is where someone experiences sexual attractions only after forming a deeper emotional connection. But still, the fact remains that this term isn't confirmed or actually doesn't even exist. This buzz happened during their promotional activities for Wicked L for Good. Fans have noticed different gestures like hand-holding, comforting hugs, and playful interactions, which quickly caught the attention of most social media users. So, what exactly is happening? For now, it's important to know that there are many limitations to analyzing celebrity relationships and behaviors from the outside. What we see in public could entirely be fake or wouldn't exist, while fans would be changing the whole narrative for themselves. We don't know what filming the movie was actually like, beyond what has been shared publicly. We still don't know the pressures both actors faced during production. It could be related to their extreme body transformations or something even further. To make it worse, we don't even know what instructions they receive from publicists and studios about how they need to present themselves during their promotions. Which begs the question, is everything that they have been doing fake? Or is it a genuine connection of affection between them both? The answer is that it will come out soon because time reveals everything. For now, we know that they both actually are quite into each other and are good friends with each other. But behind closed doors, the answers could be completely different. What do you think about the Wicked press tour? Why do you think there is this odd relationship between the two actresses? Let us know in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel if you like more Hollywood news.